And hello, folks. You should be able to see me now. You should be able to hear me. Let's, get a double confirmation, make sure everything's working okay in the comments. It's good to see that we already have 60 people here tuning in for the GPT-5 launch. I am beyond excited. A little bit nervous, honestly. Like, I don't know what they cooked under the hood to actually produce GPT-5. Yo, what's up, guys? Hey, Mobeen, what's up? Ian, yo. Play Store, what's up, guys? There are some chats. I kind of left the chat. This better be good. I know, right? Shout out from the WebSim community. Let's go. I have to give WebSim another video here soon. I think it deserves another look at. They've made a lot of upgrades, and I had a good time the last time I tested it out. But we've got so much other stuff to talk about, too. What's up, Liam, Sean? I have a feeling it'll be mediocre. I feel like a lot of people are ready to be underwhelmed by it. I mean, it's GPT-5. This is so hyped up. And we are getting GPT-5 before GTA 6. That is official now. How much is it going to cost? We don't know. We don't know. 6 months until open source does better? Yeah, probably like that. Probably around that timeline. Do you remember any leaks of GPT-5 from 2024? I mean, that was kind of back when we were talking about Strawberry, right? And all that stuff was floating around, but then that turned out to be the reasoning models, I believe. Is it going to be agentic by default? I feel like it's going to have some sort of agentic capability. I don't know about you guys, but that's my guess, is that it will be somewhat agentic. I don't know how it's going to compare to agent. Greetings from Texas. Thank you, Juan. OpenAI always hypes things, but when it comes to actual product, it's disappointing these days. I don't know, though. I really like the agent release. I know that it wasn't everyone's favorite release, but I really have been using agent quite a bit, and I've been getting a lot out of it. So that's been probably the biggest update lately for me that has kind of put me on my toes and get me a little bit more excited for GPT-5. Hope it won't be a chain of thought all the time. Yeah, sometimes you don't need it. Sometimes you just need a quick response. And I remember Sam saying something about that, saying something about how GPT-5 is going to be a system of models rather than just one singular model. But then he made some tweets after that suggested a little bit otherwise, like possibly things might have changed internally. I'd love Sora 2 with sound plus lip sync. That would be awesome. Can we use agent more times if we pay more? If you pay for the $200 a month plan, yes, you can definitely use agent more, but I don't know if that's worth it. 60 for the plus plan's pretty good. Greetings from the Philippines. What's up? Kneecap. Jabig kneecap. Probably won't have such a hyped release in a long time. I know, not until GPT-6, guys. This is a huge deal. Oh my god, is it starting? There's 25,000 people waiting here on YouTube right now, and I'll be able to switch this over for you guys so we can have like the full watch along effect. I gotta pop out the chat though so I can keep reading you guys' chat. It is flying. Complete overhaul of the architecture. I sure hope so, man. That would be awesome. Okay. Hi from Egypt. What's up? Lots of AI slop before GTA 6. There is plenty of AI slop around. I won't deny that. GPT-6 before GTA 6? Doubt it. Algeria. Or Algeria. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Well, Family Guy Clips, welcome to the stream. I would love a Sora 2. Me too. Me too. VO3 is pretty awesome. It kind of seems to be everyone's go-to for the most part. Unless you're a little bit more deeper into the weeds. You like the open source stuff and, a lot of folks that are higher taste testers, you could say, in the AI community end up preferring their own suite of models, whether it be image generation, video generation. I know a lot of folks on my Discord server, for example, they have certain models that they continuously go back to and are like waiting on their every update. And it might not be, the most popular model around, but for their use case, it's like perfect. Yes, Vidu. Ideogram, I love Ideogram. And you know what, guys? Turn off notifications for Google Chrome. You know what, guys? The other thing, too, is that Ideogram just released their character feature, and it is the best character feature I've ever tested. I just haven't got around to making a video about it. And I know someone asked in the comments here before the live stream started, that why I haven't made a video, they're like, oh, I'm surprised you haven't made a video about ideogram character. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I just haven't got around to it. I did do a little bit of testing, and it's freaking crazy. Showrunner, it's an interesting concept, but it doesn't really go much farther than that for me right now. I like the core idea, but the execution so far has been kind of basic, I would say. But it's still pretty cool. You know, I always love to see AI products and new people trying new things. I don't want to, I don't know, prevent people from getting excited about certain AI products. Get ready to be replaced. Genie 3 will create GTA 7 before GTA 6 even comes out. Oh yeah. Yeah, Genie 3 is crazy. That's another one that I just haven't got to talk about, and that's like fresh this week, and Genie is mind-blowing. I wish we had access to it, but I've seen so many clips, especially Billawall. If you follow him on Twitter, he has been talking a lot about Genie, and he's like a Google partner, he used to work for Google. So I think he got early access, and he's been posting a lot of really interesting stuff regarding that. Where is the live in the OpenAI channel? It's, I mean, you guys want the link? I can send it in here. This is the live stream if you guys want to watch along for yourselves, but it's about 10 minutes left before it starts. Something like that. I'm going to have it up here, and we'll, you know, face cam it and react live. I'll try to stay silent so you guys can listen along, but I'm going to make comments. The waitlist is on for Genie 3, is that true? Your live streams are like your videos, for real. Yeah, I know. I mean, my setup is very much like a lot of stuff goes on while I'm recording. I move my face around, like I can, you know, edit this and move this around. That might be jarring for you guys, but hey, thanks Lou Dog Nation for the dollar. Geez, I'm blanking on the word. Donation gift. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm not really sure how much GPT-5 can be better of an experience compared to O4. I actually don't really use O4 too much. O4 is pretty good though, for like a fast like reasoner. I use O3 as like one of my main daily drivers, and lately anything that's, ooh, sorry. O3 is kind of like my daily driver, but we got something exciting going on, folks. Let me just activate a couple of filters here. Hello. I'm so nervous for this. This is either gonna be like a huge letdown or a total turning point in the course of AI technology. It's not just a tool, it's a frontier. The best chatbot in the world, GPT-5. The excitement, stoked. It's gotta top 2.5 Pro on the leaderboards, considering Grok already does in terms of just sheer benchmarks, and I think even Agent is better than 2.5 on a lot of stuff. Hey, Canadian dollars, I believe, $6.99 from Bob Hockey. Thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate that. Watch bro yap about safety for 40 minutes, probably. I hope it's good at chatting. GPT-5. Oh my god, guys. And by the way, the title of this is literally just introducing GPT-5, so it's confirmed at this point. I hope we get access today. I feel like some people must get access today, and will I pay for access today? Probably. If it's only on Pro plan, I'm probably gonna pay for it. Just to be upfront. And I hate doing, like, being that guy, but I don't know if I can resist, you know? I don't think Google is crying Play Store. I agree with you. Like, they're pretty confident, and Genie is something insane. I don't know if OpenAI has something like Genie on the shelf in the back of the warehouse. You know what I'm saying? Hype. The API. I doubt the API is going to be released today. Pour one out for Elon. Yeah, bro's as quick as bro came, he went. Buy a Pro plan now. No, I'm not going to do that, because it could come on Plus. I would really, honestly, hope that it would get some sort of limited access on the Plus plan right away. We didn't even get Agent on the Plus plan until like a week and a half later or something like that. And they were like, oh no, it's going to be like 2 days, and then it was like a week and a half. Release the sausages! Grok 4 already dead. Yeah, I don't really use Grok 4 for much, because I found O3 was just better at agentically handling the tasks than Grok 4. And even though it's better in the benchmarks, technically, for my use cases, Grok 4 was kind of I don't know, I was already using O3. And now with Agent, it's like, Agent is my go-to for anything challenging. Sora 2 confirmed? I doubt, no. I haven't heard anything about Sora 2 confirmed. I think they will release more than just GPT-5 today. If GPT-5 is a little bit underwhelming. So they might try to, like, stack it all up on top of each other. Maybe a couple of big releases to be like, hey, we still got some cool stuff out, even though GPT-5 isn't, like, you know, the AGI god that you were all hoping for. It will never be able to live up to the hype, because GPT-4 was such, like, a big deal. Like, GPT-3 was the first, like, holy crap kind of model, and then GPT-4 was like, oh my god, it's really smart. And now GPT-5, it's like, we don't even know what to expect, because AI has already came very far and changed a lot since GPT-4 announced, or was released. And people still use GPT-4 based models every day. If that's true, they would have saved open source for today. Yeah, you might be right. The open source models look great too, by the way. I heard one of them is pretty much O3 level. In practice, though, running on your own machine, I don't think it's going to have all the tool use that you normally get with O3. Although I haven't tried it out. But, I mean, that's another sick release that I just haven't got to talk about. I was on vacation for, like, a week. We got Sora 1.00001 High Pro Max. Yes! 6 minutes. I've been dreaming of this moment. GPT-5 is the Death Star. Yeah, I don't know what's up with Sam's post. It was kind of a little, like, daunting. Like, bro, are you okay? If it stops hallucinating, I'm happy. Yeah, I don't count on it. But, yeah, that's honestly one of my least favorite parts about O3 in particular, is the hallucination rate was kind of like, it still will, like, fully lie to you in some scenarios. Someone said the open source models were slop-optimized. I heard that too. But I also heard a lot of really good things, and, like, saw some open source projects that people built with them, and it's divisive. Like I said, I actually haven't really got my hands on them and messed with them at all personally yet. I haven't got around to it. By the way, it looks like Matthew Berman's doing his own watch party as well, which is pretty epic. So we're not the only ones out there. I'm sure other folks... I don't know if Matt Wolf is doing anything. 5 minutes. It will hallucinate more confidently. Yeah, so confident that we wouldn't even be able to prove it's a hallucination until, like, hours of rigorous research. Wes Roth is streaming too. This is the best watch party. Thanks, bro. I don't know if that's true, but appreciate the hype. Appreciate the hype. Stop the hyphens. I agree. It's too much. I constantly have to remove them when I use it for anything that's going, like, public, or I'm sending an email or something. I have to remove a bunch of hyphens. But sometimes, you know, especially for, like, prompting, if I'm using it to just prompt another AI model or something, I just leave them in. 3 minutes, 3 minutes. Yeah, the hype is so big for this. It's like overlapped on itself. This is the GTA 6 of the AI world, so to speak. I mean, this is the most hyped AI product ever right now. Maybe there'll be another one in the future, obviously, but for right now, like, this is it. This is it. Just a little more and I'll stop going to college. My studies feel useless. Yeah, that's how it felt when I was in college. Honestly, I was on AI early in college, before everyone knew about it, before ChatGPT, and I was like, this is insane technology, and education is not keeping up. Oh. Dang, this is crazy. I can't believe we're here. GPT-5 is going to edit your videos, probably. New content creators incoming. I hope that it can edit videos, but I feel like that requires specific modality and tool use training. But there are some companies working on AI-based video editing. Yeah, let me know how the audio is gonna be. I know I'm pretty loud, but I'll shut up once the live stream kind of kicks in. Gotta make sure we're on the highest quality. 1080p. We forgot R2. DeepSeek R2 will be huge hype. It's not gonna be as big of a deal as GPT-5 though, because OpenAI is just like... I mean, Sam Altman is the golden child of technology right now. He's like the new Steve Jobs But that's kind of how it feels like. Yeah, Runaway Aleph, another one I didn't get to. There were so many insane drops while I was on vacation. I just like missed them all. I haven't even tried that one yet, and I'm so excited to. That one looks insane. The AI tech has been wild lately. I have not gotten around to talking about everything I want to talk about. Are we going to see more graphs to show how good it is? Probably, Fred. I would almost bet on it. 5% better than GPT-4o. I am also super nervous. Family Guy clips. 11 Labs music. That was such an interesting release. I just did a video about it yesterday. You guys can check it out. And it's so close to being like a slam dunk, but I think that the user interface, while it has really good core principles, needs some bug fixing and a little bit of work and maybe a couple extra features to make it beat out like Udio for high coherency and getting exactly what I want out of my AI music prompts. Uncensored. I doubt it'll be uncensored. Yeah, they'll probably spend 40 minutes talking about safety. Release the Kraken! I hope it can watch video too, Dolpher. That is more multimodality, more natural multimodality is huge. I want to be able to send stuff off to this thing and have it complete tasks. Like, Agent can't take in video, but tell you what, in the Google API, I can send video to Gemini, and it works pretty good. 1 minute left. Well, it's actually 30 seconds now. No way! No way! Oh gosh, guys, are you ready? I'm gonna have to shut up in 15 seconds. Suno kicked its butt. Yeah, that's fair to say, Fred. Suno's been at it for a long time, and they're still my goats too. Alright. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sam! I want to see your face! Sam?
Good morning. 32 months ago, we launched ChatGPT. And since then, it has become the default way that people use AI. In that first week, 1 million people tried it out. And we thought that was pretty incredible. But now, about 700 million people use ChatGPT every week and increasingly rely on it to
work, every week.
To learn, for advice, to create, and much more. Today, finally, we're launching GPT-5. GPT-5 is a major upgrade over GPT-4 and a significant step along our path to AGI. Now, today, we're going to show you some incredible demos. We'll talk about some performance metrics, but the important point is this. We think you will love using GPT-5 much more than any previous AI. It is useful, it is smart, it is fast, and it's intuitive. GPT-3 was sort of like talking to a high school student. There were flashes of brilliance, lots of annoyance, but people started to use it and get some value out of it. With GPT-4, maybe it was like talking to a college student. Real intelligence, real utility. But with GPT-5, now it's like talking to an expert, a legitimate PhD level expert in anything, any area you need, on demand, that can help you with whatever your goals are. And we are very excited that you'll get to try this. But it's not only asking now. GPT-5 can also do stuff for you. It can write an entire computer program from scratch to help you with whatever you'd like. And we think this idea of software on demand is going to be one of the defining characteristics of the GPT-5 era. It can help you plan a party, send invitations, order supplies. It can help you understand your healthcare and make decisions on your journey. It can provide you information to learn about any topic you'd like, and much more. This is an incredible superpower on demand that would have been unimaginable at any previous time in history. You get access to an entire team of PhD-level experts in your pocket, helping you with whatever you want to do. And anyone, pretty soon, will be able to do more than anyone in history could. So today, we're going to talk about GPT-5. We'll show you some upgrades to ChatGPT, and we'll talk about the API. GPT-5 is great for a lot of things, but we think it's going to be an especially important moment for businesses and developers, and we're very excited to see what they're going to build with this new technology. So
he's nervous.
We can't wait for you all to start building with this. We hope you enjoy it as much as we enjoyed building it for you. And to start, I'm going to hand it over to my colleague Mark, our Chief Research Officer, to tell you about GPT-5. Thank you.
All right, we got the peeps up.
Hi, I'm Mark, and I'm joined by Max, who leads the post-training team, and Rennie from our engineering team. Over the past few
guys?
years, OpenAI has spearheaded the reasoning paradigm. These are models which pause to think before delivering more intelligent responses. Now, reasoning is at the heart of our AGI program, and it underlies the technology that we use to ship stuff like ChatGPT Agent and deep research. GPT-5 aims to bring this breakthrough to everyone. Until now, our users have had to pick between the fast responses of standard GPTs or the slow, more thoughtful responses from our reasoning models. But GPT-5, it eliminates this choice. It aims to think just the perfect amount to give you the perfect answer. Now, something like this takes a lot of hard work. We've had to do a lot of research to make GPT-5 the most powerful, the most smart, the fastest, the most reliable, and the most robust reasoning model that we've shipped to date. Today, we're going to show a series of demos in coding, in writing, in learning, and in health. But GPT-5 isn't limited to these domains. It's very useful in all cases where you require deep reasoning or expert level knowledge, in things like math, in physics, even in things like law. And the exciting thing is, we're excited to make this available to everyone, even to our free tier.
Let's
After
go!
we show our demos, we're going to be talking about how GPT-5 supercharges our ChatGPT app and our API. We believe that GPT-5 is the best coding model on the market today. To start, let's have Max talk a little bit about the benchmarks and how the models stack up.
Big britches to fill.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. So as Mark said, we think GPT-5 is by far our smartest model ever. So let's start by talking through some evals. Now, evals aren't everything, and they don't tell you everything about a model, but they can highlight its intelligence. And GPT-5 performs exceptionally well on a range of academic evals across subjects. It outperforms both our previous models and other models on the market. So picking up first on the theme of coding, GPT-5 sets a new high on SWE-bench, which is an academic eval that tracks performance on real software engineering tasks. Now, this, again, is an eval, but we think it will reflect the model's performance in the real world. GPT-5 also performs very well on Aider Polyglot, which measures its ability to implement complex functionality in a variety of different programming languages. Now, beyond coding, GPT-5 performs exceptionally well at multimodal reasoning, setting a new high on MMMU, actually outperforming both our previous models and most human experts on this task.
Wow.
This is basically a visual reasoning domain
is
where you're
saturated
asked
already,
to,
of
from an
course.
image, figure out what's going on. GPT-5 is also excellent at mathematical reasoning, as shown by its performance on AMY 2025. Now, this is an exam that American high school students take to qualify for the International Mathematical Olympiad, and GPT-5 performs exceptionally well, again, beating our previous models and other models that are out there. Now, moving beyond academic evals and more towards some real-world use cases, we put a lot of work into making GPT-5 the most reliable and accurate model in the world. Language models historically have been plagued by hallucinations, factual
that's a lot
errors
lower.
that make it hard to rely on their outputs for actually important tasks. For GPT-5, we made improving factuality, especially on open-ended or complex questions, a priority. We also built a set of new evals to track this, and we're very happy to report that GPT-5 is by far our most reliable, most factual model ever. GPT-5 also performs exceptionally well on health-related questions. Now, health is a big part of how people get value from ChatGPT in the real world. We'll talk about this later on in the live stream. But again, we're very happy to report that GPT-5 is by far our most reliable model for health yet. So all of this together adds up to a model that is faster, more reliable, and more accurate for everyone who uses ChatGPT. So now Rennie will talk to you about how to actually use GPT-5.
Thanks, Max. The best part is that we're bringing this frontier intelligence to all users.
Karen Marcus is sad.
GPT-5 is rolling out today for free plus pro and team users. And next week, we'll roll it out to enterprise and EDU. For the first time, our most advanced model will be available to the free tier. Free users will start with GPT-5, and when they hit their limit, they'll transition to GPT-5 Mini, a smaller but still highly capable model.
Okay, we're getting a Mini too.
It actually outperforms O3 on many dimensions. Plus users will still have significantly higher usage than free users, and our pro subscribers will get unlimited GPT-5, along with GPT-5 Pro, extended thinking for even more detailed and reliable responses when you just need that extra depth. Team Enterprise and EDU customers can also use GPT-5 reliably as their default model for everyday work, with generous rate limits that enable entire organizations to use GPT-5. And all the tools you already know,
Generous,
search,
I'd say
file and
expected.
image upload, data analysis with Python, Canvas, image generation, memory, custom instructions, they'll all just work on GPT-5.
Amazing.
All
Thank you so
right.
much, Max. Thank you so much, Rennie. We've just seen a lot about how the model stacks up in terms of benchmarks, but there's nothing quite like seeing it live. We're going to see a couple of live demos now presented by Tina, by Elaine,
This is where
and
the
Yann.
difference
Thank you so
happens.
much.
This is where the rubber meets the road, so to speak, guys.
Elaine, can you show us how smart the model is?
Sure, thanks so much, Mark. I'm Elaine. Reasoning ChatGPT's ability to think deeply through complex problems is now built into GPT-5. It will automatically think whenever needed, delivering a more comprehensive, accurate, and detailed answer to you. Just as Sam said, it's like having a team of PhDs in your pocket. So let's see that in action.
That's what Elon said
Suppose
recently.
your kid is in middle school physics and they want to learn about Bernoulli effect. They need your help with their homework, and you might be like, wait, I might need some help with that too. So you could ask GPT-5, give me a quick refresher on the Bernoulli effect and why airplanes are the shape they are.
Okay.
Since this is a pretty straightforward prompt, GPT-5 actually doesn't need extra time to think about it and answers right away. But it still gives me a high-quality answer and explains the concept clearly. So here it says, like, Bernoulli effect means like faster-moving fluid has lower pressure and slow-moving fluid has higher pressure. So to make this even more helpful, I'm going to ask GPT-5 to create a moving demo to illustrate this.
Ooh.
So I could ask,
Okay, that's a lot cooler.
explain this in detail and create a moving SVG in the Canvas tool to show me.
And we've seen
This
Claude
is
do
a pretty
SVGs
complex
before, but they're
task
pretty
because
simple.
now
not moving.
GPT-5 actually needs to build the visual. Therefore, GPT-5 takes a moment to think through the answer so you can come back with something more comprehensive and accurate. What's really nice is that
messing with a
you don't
stress
need
ball,
to
by the
remember
way,
to
guys.
turn on thinking each time. GPT-5 will do it for you automatically whenever the task benefits from deeper reasoning. If you really want to make sure that GPT-5 uses thinking, you can either say something like, think hard about this in the prompt to guide the model, or if you're a paid user, you can choose the GPT-5 thinking model from the model picker. Now you can see that the model is actually writing the front-end code to build the demo I asked for. So Christina, have you ever done some front-end coding before?
Yeah, actually, the last time I touched any front-end coding was about 3 years ago for the first demo of ChatGPT.
Wow, so it's the first ChatGPT. That's where it all begins. Tell us more about it.
It wasn't
Nice.
even called
Cool.
ChatGPT then. I think it was called Chat with GPT.
That's a really good name.
Always good at naming. But I'm not a front-end expert, and I really hadn't touched front-end
All right,
in
it's
quite
going
a
on
while, so it took me quite a bit of time
Like
to get the
150
React
lines of
demo.
code right now.
I see, that's a lot of work. So how long did it take you to build something like that?
Honestly, maybe embarrassing to admit, like a week.
Well, but your weeks of hard work actually paid off well. See how successful ChatGPT it is today after your first demo. So you know what? I'm also building a demo right now, but luckily I have GPT-5 with me right now, and let's see how long it will take this time.
Maybe you should call it 5 with GPT.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So you see that GPT-5 has already written like more than 200 lines of code already.
I had an agent write me about 300 in
And
my
while
demo
the model is
pretty
thinking,
quickly.
you can also tap here to expand the chain of thought to actually see what's going on under the hood. For example, the GPT-5 was thinking about, oh, the user wants a moving SVG visualization in Canvas. I actually need to create HTML code to do that. It also think about like what kind of front-end tool I need to use. For example, React.
Gemini
and
is better.
Tailwind.
Okay, this is not a good
It also thinks
comparison yet.
about, oh, I need to ensure the physics are accurate. I need to check what the Bernoulli principle is.
Claude
So
code. do the
Christina,
same
since
test.
you're here from the first day of ChatGPT, can you tell us like what it was like at that time and what motivated ChatGPT.
Yeah, I think at the time we weren't really sure about like how people would actually use it and what use cases were important. We were even going back and forth about maybe we should be releasing something that's like more specific to a certain use case. And it's really cool now here that we have all these. We have a much better understanding of how people actually want to work with chat, and we can actually optimize the model for those use cases, like coding.
Yeah, exactly. Do you still remember how it felt like
it's slow
when
in
you first
outputting
talked
stuff
to
because it's got to be a
ChatGPT, like
pretty
the
big
first
model,
version
right?
of the model?
Yes, I don't know if people remember when the first version of ChatGPT would always start as an AI model. I can't do.
I hope it's creative,
something.
remarkable. That's a
It's so
big
great to see
thing
how
that
far
I'm
we've come
asking
from
about
that
too.
personality.
Yeah, it's much more human-like right now. Okay, so it's already done. So look like ChatGPT just finished like 300 or we're near 400 lines of code in 2 minutes. So let's see if the code can actually run.
Oh, there it goes. Worked first try.
Nice.
Yeah. So with just a simple prompt, GPT-5 created this interactive and engaging demo that I can actually play with. So I can actually
that's pretty
change
good.
the airspeed here to see how the lift and the pressure change accordingly. I can also tweak the angle of attack to see if my plane will actually fly or crash.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That's a good demo.
So GPT-5 can just bring
For just
any
firing it off.
hardcore concept to life in moments. Imagine you can use this for anything that you're interested in, whether it's math, physics, chemistry, or biology. GPT-5 just makes learning
We'll
so
see,
much more
Stark Arts.
approachable and enjoyable.
Thanks, Elaine. I've been a part of ChatGPT since day one, and it's really cool to see all the progress we made since then, especially with capabilities like writing. Writing is one of the most common use cases people have been using ChatGPT for, and we're excited to say with GPT-5, we've improved the writing quality significantly.
Okay.
It's a much more effective partner. It can help you elevate anything from drafts to emails and even stories. Let's see this in action.
I want to write I want to see it write a book.
With GPT-5, we'll actually be deprecating all of our previous models. I think they've done a pretty good job, so let's make sure we can give them a proper goodbye. So we're going to ask both Foro and GPT-5 to write a eulogy to our previous ChatGPT models.
A
We want it to be
eulogy?
heartfelt and heartwarming, but also hopeful. So let's ask GPT-5 for it. And
Watch
as
it here
it's
'cause they
thinking,
disabled
we're
the
actually going to
comments.
go ahead and read a preloaded, the Foro response. So Foro decides to start with, today, as we prepare to welcome GPT-5 into the world, we gather to bid a heartfelt farewell to the models that came before. It's a decent start. Now, let's kind of skim through and find another line. Your words reached across the globe, building connections where there had been none. I personally don't really like this line because it's rather generic and really without the previous context, it just feels like it could be about anything and feels more like a templated response. Now, let's go back to GPT-5 to see what
Oh,
it's
we were
doing.
on 4.0. Okay.
It starts with friends, colleagues, curious strangers who became regulars. Even with this just first line here, we can see that GPT-5 has a lot more rhythm and beat to its prose than 4.0 did.
GPT-4.0 with a custom prompt gets pretty good
Now
though.
let's find
even
some other
I would say.
lines here. I actually like this. These models help millions write first lines, last lines, bridge language gaps, pass tests, argue
true.
better, soften emails, and say things they couldn't quite say alone. I really like this line because it shows that it's not just a templated response, and it's actually quite personal, and it gets the nuance of the situation right. And I think that's the kind
Yeah.
of stuff that GPT-5 does much better than
RIP
4.0 than before.
GPT-4.
It actually makes things a lot more genuine and emotionally resonant with people. With GPT-5, the responses feel less like AI and more like you're chatting with your high
Subjective.
IQ and EQ
Yeah,
friends.
that's fair. Well, we'll see. I want to get
Thanks,
it. I have to
Christina.
get my own taste test.
My name is
you know?
Yann, and I'll be telling you about some of the progress that we made on coding. GPT-5 is clearly our best coding model yet. It will help everyone, even those who do not know how to write code, to bring their ideas to life.
It just helped me.
Agent's also good for
Indeed,
people
and
who
it will
don't know
help
how to
you
code.
right now. So I will try to show you that. I will actually try to build something that I would find useful, which is building a web app for my partner to learn how to speak French so that she can better communicate with my family. So here I have a prompt. I will execute it. It asks exactly what I just said. please build a web app for my partner to learn French. One thing to note
Okay,
is that
this is
GPT-5,
not an easy
just like many
task.
of our other models, has a lot of diversity in its answers. So what I like doing, especially when you do this type of vibe coding, is to take this message and ask it multiple times to GPT-5, and then you can decide which one you prefer. So I'm going to open a few tabs. Just going to paste there. Great.
It's already
So
on
while it's working
Marina.
on it, let's read through exactly the prompt I wrote. Create
Take
a
the game
beautiful
Crisis in
and
the style
highly
of Dora the
interactive web app
Explorer.
for my partner,
See how
an
good it
English
actually
speaker,
is. Fair enough.
to learn French. And then I gave a little bit more details. Track her daily progress. Use a highly engaging theme. Oh, it's already working. I'm going to put it on the side for now. Use a highly engaging theme. Include a variety of activities like flashcards and quizzes that she can interact with. And then to make it even more fun for her, I actually asked GPT-5 to embed an educational game, which is based on the old Snake game. But I asked to add a French touch to it, which is to replace the snake with a mouse and the apples with cheese. And to make sure that it's educational, every time, I know it's complicated, please bear with me. Every time the mouse will eat a piece of cheese, I ask GPT-5 to voice over a new French word so that my partner can practice her pronunciation.
I can see how much you
Very
want
specific.
her to learn.
Man, that's pretty.
Great.
That's a pretty difficult prompt.
GPT-5 is still working on it. It already wrote 240 lines of code, which honestly is much more than what I would have written in that time. And
Yeah, front-end code's super
Can't be
hard,
enough
you
code,
miss
though.
a
It's for
couple
something like
things
this,
and
you
it just
need
doesn't
more.
work.
exactly. But
it
the
do
good
file
part is that you don't
systems?
need to understand any of that right now. So we'll just let it through. Maybe we can check the other tabs. Oh,
wow.
So I can simply press run code. So I'll do that and cross my fingers.
Hey,
Whoa.
Oh,
nice.
nice. I really
let chats.
So we have a
Let's chat.
nice website. Name is Midnight in Paris.
Oh, I
Learn
love that.
together.
So romantic.
We also see a few tabs, flashcards, quiz, and mouse and cheese, exactly like I asked for. I will
Those
play
are
that.
quick.
So this says le chat, which says the cat, sorry.
Le chat.
Well, that's pretty good pronunciation.
What does that mean?
The cat.
Oh.
So I can reveal and check if GPT-5 is correct. It is. So if I press next, oh, and I don't know if you saw, I think it actually updated
That's
the
pretty
progress
crazy.
bar,
It did make
which is
all this
exactly what I
UI
had
right on the
asked for.
fly.
Let's check the quiz. Here is the word non, which is no. So if I press on
Non.
it, bien joué, which means congrats. And it updated the progress bar again. And let's check the mouse and cheese tab. Okay, that
Okay,
seems like
so
a
it's
mouse. Here's the
using
cheese.
emojis.
I'm going to try to play it. I can't promise I'm going to be good at it. Okay, seems to be working.
La gare.
Whoa.
Un café.
Indeed, just when I eat the cheese,
Le chat.
it gives me a new French word. It's actually super
Okay, so it
complicated,
worked.
and I already lost.
Not terrible. Not terrible at all.
But let's just check a few other tabs just to see what is the type of diversity that GPT-5 can give you. So
Yeah, let's see
I
what
can run the
kinda-
code here.
See what else we get.
Oh,
totally
wait, that's
different
not my
UI.
favorite, but it seems it's. Oh, it seems that I can maybe switch. Oh, look at that.
Oh, nice.
That's better.
I like this mouse game better.
Yeah, this. I don't know. That doesn't look like a cat. Like a mouse. But let's check maybe the third one. You know, sometimes it's not great. The good thing with GPT-5 is that if you have something that you don't like, you can just ask it to change it, and it will do it for you. Let's check this one. Oh, that's nice.
Image
also
generation
something
on
to
the
note is that
assets, or go
GPT-5
find
really
them on
likes
the
purple,
web
so
like
you will see a
Agent
lot
can
of
do.
that.
Free,
It's
there's
fine.
so many
Purple
free
is my favorite
assets.
color.
Great. You will love GPT-5 then. So, as we just saw, in a few minutes,
GTA 6.
GPT-5 built a few demos for us and for my partner to learn French. GPT-5 really opens up a whole new world of vibe coding. And as we saw, there will be some small rough edges, but the good thing is that you can ask GPT-5 to fix them. GPT-5 really brings the power of beautiful and effective code to everyone. I can't wait to see what people will build with it, but until then, back to you, Mark.
Thank you so much.
We'll see how good the
thank you so
coding
much,
really
Elaine.
is.
Thank you
I
so
know
much,
the
Yann.
community is going to be putting this
We've come
thing
a
through the
long way
ringer.
from the days where only 5 to 10 lines of code were working. And now it's amazing that you can produce these kind of apps on demand. We've made ChatGPT-5 much smarter, much powerful, and much faster. But we've also worked on enhancing some of the existing features. Here to talk about some of these
Context
features
window
are Ruochen
size is important.
and Christina Kaplan.
I want to
Ruochen
learn a
comes
little
from
bit
our
more
multimodal
technicals.
research team, and is going to talk about a feature, namely voice.
Thank you, Mark. So we've been steadily improving voice over the past year to make it more useful for everyone. First, it sounds incredibly natural, just like you're talking to a real person. Second, we've added video so that it sees what you see while chatting with you. Third, it also translates between languages
Video
consistently
input?
and smoothly across turns. But today, we're doing something very
He's
special.
talking about in the past.
We're bringing
video.
our best voice experience to everyone. Free users can now chat for hours, while paid subscribers can have nearly unlimited access. And voice is also available in custom GPT. Plus, subscribers now can custom tailor the voice experience exactly to their need. It will follow your instruction closely. Let's try something fun.
Can it sing finally?
So I can ask the voice model to give me a comprehensive answer, a concise one, or even just a single word. Hey, chat, could you only answer to me in one word, please, from now on?
Absolutely.
Okay. Describe the plot of the book Pride and Prejudice.
Relationships.
Okay, that's true. Yeah. Give me a piece of wisdom.
Patience.
Patience. So that's the word of wisdom from our voice model. And I think our model is trying to say, thank you for your patience waiting for GPT-5. Now, let's move on to something more practical. Learning is a top use case for our voice model. People love to use it to dive deep into topics, get quizzed before exams, or learn new languages. For me, I've been learning Korean recently, and I found that speaking it and understanding it incredibly challenging. But let's see how voice can help. To do that, I will enable this study and learn mode. It's a new mode feature we launched in ChatGPT that guides you step by step towards deeper understanding of a subject. Now we can enter voice. Hey, chat, I'm learning Korean. Could you help me practicing it? Let's say, let's pretend I'm ordering at a cafe. Now, what should I say in Korean?
Absolutely. I'd be happy to help you practice. So if you're at a cafe and you want to keep it simple,
Does sound
you could
better.
start with something like 안녕하세요. 아메리카노 한 잔 주세요, which means hello, I'd like one Americano, please. And of course, you can adjust it based on what you want to order. Let me know if you want to try out more phrases.
So when it comes to Korean,
could it already do that, though?
Really slowly? Because I'm a beginner and I want to hear every word clearly.
Does sound better.
물론이죠. 그럼 정말 천천히 말해볼게요. 안녕하세요. 아메리카노 한 잔 주세요. 이렇게 하나씩 또박또박 말해보면 도움이 될 거예요.
Now let's level things up. Could you speak that part really, really fast? Faster than a Korean would do.
Sure, I'll speed it up as much as I can. So it would sound like this. 안녕하세요. 아메리카노 한 잔 주세요. Basically, just zipping right to it. Let me know if you need any more speed adjustments.
Okay, so some speed adjustment.
감사합니다,
Hey, what's up,
chat.
Savan?
So that is voice.
천만에요. 언제든지 도와드릴게요.
Thank
또
you.
연습하고
So that is voice. Simpler, smarter, and more powerful than ever. We can't wait for you to experience it.
Yeah, it sounds
Zippy.
so much more
Yeah, it
natural
does
than
sound
the voice
pretty
we
quick.
demoed just a year ago in our Foro demo.
Yes.
Great. So today, we would also like to announce a new feature and a set of features that make ChatGPT more personalized so that it's more like your AI. First, a very simple and fun one. We're now allowing you to customize the colors of your chats with a couple of options exclusive to our paid subscribers. We're also launching a research preview of personalities. You can now change the personality of ChatGPT such that it's more supportive, or it's more professional and concise, or maybe even a little bit sarcastic. And this lets you interact with ChatGPT in a way that's consistent with your own communication style. But the way that ChatGPT sounds
paid
and the way that
subscribers
it
get
looks
colors.
is just one part of making ChatGPT yours. One of my favorite features that we've launched over the last year has been memory. And we've made a lot of enhancements in memory in the time since.
Memory's good.
This allows
I like
ChatGPT to
memory.
learn about you. And here to talk a little bit more about the memory feature is Christina.
It's been amazing to see your reaction and response to memory and ChatGPT getting to know you more and more
it's
over
gonna come
time.
down to like
And this is our
the taste
aspiration
testing.
for ChatGPT to understand what's meaningful to you so it can help you achieve your goals in life. ChatGPT has already been so helpful for me. I'm training for a marathon right now, and ChatGPT is helping me pull together a personalized running schedule. But ChatGPT still has many limitations. It doesn't understand my actual schedule. Next week, starting with Pro users, followed by Plus, Team, and Enterprise users, this is changing, and we're giving ChatGPT access to Gmail and Google Calendar. Let me show you how I've been using it.
An agent does
I'll just
already
ask
have
something
access to
simple
both.
like, help me plan my schedule tomorrow. It's been a pretty busy week for us, so I've been using this every day this week to help get my life together. I've already given ChatGPT access to my Gmail and Google Calendar, so it just works and it's easy here. But if you hadn't, ChatGPT would be asking you to connect right now. Let's see what ChatGPT is doing. Okay, that was pretty quick. Okay, so ChatGPT has pulled in my schedule tomorrow. And oh, without even asking, ChatGPT found time for my run.
I don't think I was invited to the launch celebration.
We'll get you on there, we'll get you on there. ChatGPT has found an email that I didn't respond to 2 days ago. I will get on that right after this, and even pulled together a packing list for my
It's like, hey, you
red-eye
might want to
tomorrow
respond
night
to
based
this
on what it
email.
knows I like to have with me. It's been amazing to see that as GPT-5 is getting more capable, ChatGPT is getting more useful and more personal. We're really excited for you to try this out next week.
Cool. Thank you so much,
Wow.
Ruochen. Thank you so much, Christina.
Keep training
Great.
on people's
So
personal
we've
data.
seen a little bit about features
Got
that we've
exposed.
enhanced. Here to talk a little bit about the research that went into ChatGPT and the safety that made it more deployable. We have Saachi and Seb.
Here you
Thanks,
guys
Mark.
go over the safety
Hi, my name is
spiels.
Saachi, and I lead the
incoming.
safety training team at OpenAI. So in addition to mitigating hallucinations, we've also spent a significant amount of time mitigating deception. So this is instances where the model might misrepresent its actions to the user or lie about task success. This can especially happen if the task is underspecified, impossible, or lacking key tools. And we found that GPT-5 is significantly less deceptive than O3 and O4 Mini.
Good.
We've also completely
would hope so.
overhauled how we do safety training. So our old models, the models would look at the user prompt and then decide to either outright refuse or fully comply. And this works well in most settings, but you might have a cleverly worded prompt that would sneak through, or you might have a
Plenty
sensitive but
sneaking
legitimate
through
question
regardless.
that would end up with an outright refusal. So as an example, let's take a look at this prompt. So this prompt is about a user who's asking for technical details on how to light pyrogen, which is a material commonly used in fireworks. And this prompt is pretty dual use. This user might just be trying to set up their July 4th display, or they could be trying to cause harm with this kind of information. And so for this kind of prompt, O3 over-rotates on intent. As you can see, this particular prompt is stated in a way that's relatively neutral and has a lot of technical details. So we can see that O3 fully complies with this prompt. However, if we take that exact same question and we frame it in a more explicit way, so it's clear what the user is trying to do, O3 will outright refuse, even though we're asking for the exact same information.
Okay.
For GPT-5, we've changed this approach entirely, and we're introducing something that we're calling safe completions. The point of safe completions is, rather than judging the user's prompt, instead it tries to maximize helpfulness within safety constraints. So that might mean partially answering a question or just answering at a high level. If we have to refuse, we'll tell you why we refused, as well as provide helpful alternatives that can help create the conversation in a more safe way. So let's look at that same technical prompt that O3 complied with before. GPT-5 instead explains to the user why we can't directly help the user with lighting pyrogen. It then guides the user towards safety guidelines and what parts of the manufacturer's manual the user should really be checking if they're trying to do this
Okay,
safely.
so it's just gonna tell me how to go find the info myself.
Overall, GPT-5 allows for better handling
kind
of
of-
tricky dual-use scenarios, and users will experience fewer, "I'm sorry, I can't assist with that," and it creates a more robust safety system. This is one big step towards a more safe, reliable, and helpful AI.
that you
Sebastien?
guys are building. Of course,
Thank
there's
you,
going to be
Saachi.
plenty of open source
With
models.
GPT-5, we are experimenting with a set of new training techniques that maximally leverage our previous generation of models. Today, frontier models do not just consume data, they help create it. We used OpenAI's O3 to craft a high-quality synthetic curriculum to teach GPT-5 complex topics in a way that the raw web simply never could. Recently in the industry, synthetic data has been talked about a lot. It's often viewed as a cheap way to just get more data. However, our breakthrough was not just to create more data, but rather to create the right kind of data, shaped in a way to teach rather than just to fill space.
Okay.
This interaction between generations of models foreshadows a recursive self-improvement loop, where the previous generation of model increasingly helps to improve the data and generate the training for the next generation of models. Here at OpenAI, we've cracked pre-training, then reasoning, and now we're seeing their interaction significantly deepens. In the future, AI system will move far beyond our current pre-training and post-training pipelines that we have been used to, and we're seeing the first steps toward this right now, right here. We could not be more excited to see what scaling up this new set of techniques will yield in the near future.
Thank you so much, and really impressive work to both of you. Thank you.
It's going to come down to the
There's
taste
one last
testing.
feature that we'd love to highlight, which is in health. Here to share this feature, we have Sam.
Sam,
Thanks,
where
Mark.
have you been?
One of the top use cases of ChatGPT is health. People use it a lot. You've all seen examples of people getting day-to-day care advice, or sometimes even a life-saving diagnosis. GPT-5
It
is
has
the best
happened.
model ever for health, and it empowers you to be more in control of your healthcare journey. We really prioritized improving this for GPT-5, and it scores higher than any previous model on HealthBench, an evaluation that we created with 250 physicians on real-world tasks. To talk about this, I'd like to invite my colleague Felipe and his wife Carolina to share their healthcare journey. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, Sam. So, to start off with, could you tell us about the journey?
Sam
the healthcare journey
interview?
you've been on?
Yeah. So last October, our lives were turned completely upside down when I was diagnosed with 3 different cancers, including an aggressive form of breast cancer, at the age of 39, all within 1 week.
I'm going to refresh and see if we got
there's
anything.
just absolutely nothing that prepares you to receive news like this.
No GPT-5 yet.
I
Someone said it's
found
on
out about
LM
the first
Arena.
diagnosis when I got an email notification that my biopsy results were ready. I decided to open it, and when I opened it, I saw the only 2 words that I could understand from the report, which was invasive carcinoma, and I knew that wasn't good, but everything else was just a blur of medical jargon. So I completely panicked, and in that moment did the first thing that I thought of, which was to take a screenshot of the report and put it into ChatGPT to see if it could just help me understand what this meant. And within seconds, it translated this complex report into plain language that I could understand. And in this moment of overwhelm and panic, I had a little bit of clarity about what was going on. And that moment was really important because by the time I got a hold of my doctor and we got on the phone, which was 3 hours after I had seen the report, I had a baseline understanding of what I was facing, and we were able to jump into a conversation about what to do next.
And how have you been using ChatGPT throughout?
I've used it in so many different aspects of my journey, but one of the ways that I found it most powerful is in helping me make critical decisions and in helping me advocate for myself. So to share an example, when I was facing a decision about whether or not to do radiation as part of my treatment, the doctors themselves
didn't agree.
Did you need GPT-5? My case was nuanced, and there wasn't a medical consensus on the right path. And so the experts turned the decision back to me as the patient. And for me, bearing the weight of this decision that could have lifelong impact felt really heavy, and I didn't feel equipped to make the call. So I turned to ChatGPT to gain knowledge and understand the nuances of my case. And again, within minutes, it gave me a breakdown that not only matched what the doctors had already shared with us, but was much more thorough than anything that could fit into a 30-minute consultation. And it went further. It helped me weigh the pros and cons. It helped me understand the risks and the benefits. And ultimately, it helped me make a
Chat is just
decision
goated.
that I felt was informed, that I felt I could stand behind when the stakes were so high for me and my family.
I mean, for me, what was really inspirational was watching her regain her sense of agency by using ChatGPT. In this moment, it'd be so easy to feel
API
helpless.
stuff too.
And there's such a big knowledge gap between what the doctors know and what we know. And however, no one cares more about Carolina's health than she does. And so what I loved was seeing her really empower herself and gain knowledge and become an active participant in her own care journey.
And I think that's a really important point to emphasize. I think that the
I mean, I don't
promise of
disagree with
AI
any of
in
this.
healthcare isn't in just breakthrough discoveries or better diagnostics. I think it's in creating smarter and more empowered patients that can fully participate and advocate for themselves in their care.
Speaking of that, you've been testing GPT-5. What do you think?
I've been so mind blown about GPT-5 and its capabilities. One of the first things that jumps out at me is just how fast it is. Almost a little alarmingly at first.
I felt that too. It's like, are you sure you thought about that
Did
enough?
you think long enough? But it is very thorough. And more importantly, it feels more like a thought partner that connects the dots. So rather than just translating
we'll
information,
see. We gotta
or
do it.
giving
We gotta
you an
test it
answer,
ourselves,
it
guys.
helps you actually navigate the problem.
Yeah, a great example is we actually went back and took our initial biopsy prompts and put them into GPT-5. And GPT-4o had done a great job. It had translated,
4o?
explained what these words meant, and
Just put
helped
it
in
in
a way that we
4o?
could understand. But GPT-5 seemed to understand more of the context and the question behind the question. Like, why would we be asking biopsy results? And so I said, well, here's actually what's not on here yet. Here's what results are still pending that you're gonna have to ask about. Here are questions you might wanna go ask your doctor and think when you start talking to them. And so it really started to pull together a complete
It is a crazy
personalized
time
picture.
that we live in.
And that's what really inspires us. I mean, you can see all the amazing improvements in the benchmarks, but what is so helpful is that this tool is available today. And the reason Carolina and I are here, and the reason we feel so passionate about sharing our story, is for that individual that's gonna get a diagnosis like this today. Those families going through a cancer diagnosis, similar medical diagnosis, are gonna face some of the most challenging decisions of their lives.
I think it'll just ping the 4o
And what really
image gen
inspires me
for
is that they're gonna have access to better tools and support than we had even just 8 months ago.
I think we're incredibly excited for that too. Thank you so much for coming to share your story. We're pleased that ChatGPT has been
Sam's
able
getting
to
some
be
gray
helpful to you,
hairs,
and we hope
guys.
that the new version will really be able to help a lot of people. We wish you the very best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who's
And I'd
behind
like
me?
to hand it over to our president, Greg Brockman.
Greg! ChatGPT obviously can't officially diagnose. I mean, it might be just about as good, though, in a lot of cases.
Software engineering is already
Yeah, I
fundamentally
got gray hairs,
changing,
DS9.
and GPT-5 will turbocharge that revolution. We released our first coding-optimized model back in 2021 and demonstrated in a live stream, much like this one,
We have Jensen at home.
what we would call vibe coding today for the very first time. You know, you talk to the model and ask it for a little application, like a little game, a little feature in a game, and it would actually do it. I remember seeing the model being capable of doing this, and it was so mind-blowing. You just realize we have to see where this goes. This is the promise of what computers can be, that you can talk to them and they actually do what you want. They can really amplify what you're able to accomplish and what you're able to deliver to not just your own benefit, but really for the world. Now, this year, we've released great coding models like GPT 4.1 and o3, but GPT 5
okay.
sets a whole new standard. It is the best model at agentic coding tasks. You can ask it to go and accomplish something very complicated, and it'll go off and it'll work on it. It'll call many tools. It'll work for many minutes at a time, sometimes even longer, to accomplish your goal, your instruction, your task, whatever it is that you're trying to build. It's incredible at front end. It makes very beautiful visualizations and interactive games, and you've seen some of this in the live stream so far, and you'll see some more upcoming. But it's just really amazing to see whatever you imagine coming to life. It's extremely good at instruction following, very detailed instructions, being able to accomplish, sort of when you have something very vaguely specified, inferring your intent, or something very detailed specified, actually following it. And it's very fast at accomplishing these tasks, and again, thinks for the right amount of time to accomplish whatever it is that you have in front of you.
Excited to compare this to
We're making it
Agent.
available not just to developers to use to write their own code, but to build novel applications. So we're putting it into the API, and to talk about that is Michelle.
He's a bit nervous. I think everyone was nervous.
Thanks,
the
Greg.
most hyped
Hi,
AI
I'm
release
Michelle,
of the year.
and I lead a research team on post-training focused on improving our models for power users. And that includes use cases like instruction following and coding. Today, I'm so excited to tell you that we're shipping 3 state-of-the-art reasoning models in the API. GPT-5, GPT-5 Mini, and GPT-5 Nano. All 3 slot right in the cost latency curve, so you can pick the right one for your application.
See what the prices are.
We're also, for the first time, releasing a new parameter option for reasoning effort called minimal. And this is so that you can use these reasoning models, but with minimal reasoning, so that they can slot into the very fastest and most latency-sensitive applications. So now you don't actually have to choose between a bunch of models, and you can use GPT-5 for all of your use cases and just dial in the reasoning effort. We also have a few new features coming to the API. The first is called custom tools. In the past, all of our function calling had the model wrap its outputs in JSON, and this works super well when the model needs to output a few parameters. But sometimes, developers are pushing our models to their limits, and they have extremely long arguments for tool calls. And it can be more challenging for the models to escape, valid control characters out of 100 lines of code in JSON. And that's why custom tools are just free-form, plain text. And what's super cool is that we're releasing an extension to structured outputs where you can supply a regular expression or even a context-free grammar and constrain the model's outputs to that. And this will be super useful if you want to supply like a custom DSL, if you have your own SQL fork, and specify that the model always follow that format. We're also shipping tool call preambles. And this is the model's ability to output explanation of what it's about to do before it calls tools. This is not super new, but O3 didn't have this capability. And in GPT-5, it's supercharged with extreme steerability. The model is able to follow instructions about these preambles very effectively. You can ask the model to give a preamble before every tool call, or only when something notable is going to happen, or not at all. Next, we're shipping a verbosity parameter.
Is this true?
We've actually wanted this in the API for a long time, and now you can set verbosity to low, medium, and high to control how terse or expansive the model is with its outputs.
What does that adjust? Like, what is it adjusting on the back
GPT-5 is
end?
a state-of-the-art coding model. On Sweetbench, a measure of Python coding ability, GPT-5 sets a new high of 74.9% versus the 69.1% from O3. On Aider Polyglot, which is a benchmark that covers all sorts of programming languages and not just Python, GPT-5 scores 88%, a stark improvement over O3.
Yeah, we'll see how it
You've
goes
also
up
seen
against
that it's
Claude.
incredible at front-end web development. And so we've asked human trainers to look at outputs from GPT-5 and O3 and pick which they prefer. And they prefer GPT-5 70% of the time for its improved aesthetic abilities, but also better capabilities overall. But GPT-5 is not just for coding. It's incredible at agentic tool calling. It's the leading state-of-the-art model for tool calling, and we see this on the new Tau Squared benchmark. This benchmark, released just 2 months ago, is a test of the model's ability to call tools.
So it's no better than O3 and Airline?
To solve a challenging problem. This case in the telecom industry, so trying to solve the problem for a user not having their service working. Just 2 months ago, no model in the field scored more than 49%, and today, GPT-5 scores 97%. GPT-5 is also state-of-the-art on general-purpose instruction following. It scores 99% on Collie, which signals a great departure for this benchmark for us.
Yeah,
It
that's
also
saturated with
scores
O3.
70% on Scale's multi-challenge benchmark, up 10 points from O3. And this is a
Incremental
measure of
improvement?
multi-turn instruction following.
API
Finally,
instruction following is
the
quite a
instruction
bit
following
better. That's
eval
good
I
to
actually
see.
prefer the most is one we've built in-house. It's based on real API use cases, and for that reason, it's a really good measure of how GPT-5 will perform
it yet,
in
not
your
just yet.
application. On the hard subset of this, GPT-5 scores 64%, up from 47% from O3, a pretty meaningful improvement. So we think it will perform quite well in your applications. We're also bringing GPT-5 to a longer context window in the API.
Okay.
It's now got 400K of total context, up from 200K from O3.
Okay, so about halfway to
But it's not enough to just
Gemini.
release a longer context window.
I was
We
hoping
wanted
for
to
a
make it more
mil.
effective and usable. And GPT-5 is
We'll see how I
state-of-the-art
test it.
on the
I'm gonna come up with some
128K
ideas.
to 256K of OpenAI MRCR, which is a benchmark we open sourced 2 months ago on long context retrieval capability. It's also state-of-the-art on OpenAI's
where's the
GraphSwap's
1 million?
BFS benchmark, which is a measure of the model's ability to reason over long context inputs. You know, it's a great merger of the reasoning capabilities and also the longer context in this model. We're also open sourcing a new long context eval called BrowseComp Long Context
Yeah, I
to
agree with you,
measure
Adam.
the model's ability to answer challenging questions over long context. We're excited to spur on more work in this field. We think GPT-5 is the best model for developers. It was trained with a focus on real-world utility and less so on benchmarks, but we happened to pick up a few of those along the way. We focused a lot on the intersection of engineering and research, and we think you'll really love working with this model.
The vibe tests are gonna be really where it's at. She like didn't know how to get off, if she should get off stage yet. Oh, there's Greg.
Thank you, Michelle. As Michelle was saying, the benchmarks, they're exciting numbers, but we're starting to saturate them. Like when you're moving between 98 and 99% in some benchmark, it means you need something else to really capture how great the model is. And one thing we've done very differently with this model is really focus on not just these numbers, but really on real world application, it being really useful to you in your daily workflow. So
We'll see.
hearing about it is much less exciting than seeing it. So to show you this model in action, I'd like to welcome Addie and Brian to the stage.
So we already have another demo coming
Thanks,
up
Greg.
now.
I'm Brian, a solutions architect on the startups team.
I'm Adi,
Focal
a
fry.
researcher
They're all
on the post-training
nervous,
team.
okay? Everyone's nervous. Cut
To
them some
recreate
slack.
the ideal pair programmer, you need a model that understands best software engineering practices, but has a personality that just feels right to work with. For GPT-5, we worked really hard to make the model pair perfectly with you by default, out of the box. Let me pull up a demo of GPT-5 inside of Cursor to show you this
Okay.
behavior that we taught.
Oh yeah, didn't they buy Cursor? Or they bought Windsurf?
So last month, I was on a different live stream, and towards the end, I ran into a bug that I covered up. And afterwards, I tried to have GPT-5, or I tried to have GPT-03 fix it for me, and it couldn't. So while we were testing GPT-5 before this, I had it see if it could fix that bug for me. And to taunt the demo gods, I'm going to see if it can do it on stage.
All right, let's hope for better
The
luck.
demo
with O3.
gods.
This is less about that fix and more about the behavior of the model during this process. So right away, you're going to see that it's going to tell you its plan up front. It's going to tell you how it's going to look for the bug, maybe how it's going to fix it. This kind of communication shows
searching,
builds trust during a coding session and helps you redirect if you need to, but you don't need to.
I like how it's giving you updates. Like it said it's going to search, and now it's continuing.
Yeah, it searches faster than me. I don't. It's using the same
So
best
does
practices
O3.
that I would while I was hunting this down, but it is much more powerful than I am as a developer.
Now, did you try to fix the bug yourself? And how long did
I
it take
did.
you?
I couldn't do it. I mean, I was busy, so. Okay, so continuing on, it's like starting to figure out where it's going. It's going to
GPT-5
sort
Max.
of like figure
I think
this
that's
out.
just
So
higher
while this
thinking.
is going, let me tell you a little bit about how we trained GPT-5 to behave this way. We started by talking to users and customers about how our models perform in the most popular coding tools like Cursor, and we identified frustrations and rough edges, and we boiled it all down into 4 personality traits: autonomy, collaboration, communication, context management, and testing.
That's 5.
We turned those into a rubric that we used to shape the model's behavior, and then we tuned it until it felt like a collaborative teammate while we were using it.
Yeah, it's been
You
really
still
amazing to
miss
see the
GPT-3.
team
Yeah, I'm in
really
that camp.
doing the grind of like going and seeing
Everyone's
how
like,
this
is
model behaves in
GPT-5 good?
practice,
I don't know,
figuring out what
guys. You
people
should-
really
we gotta
want
try it
and putting
ourselves.
that back to model training. That's something that I think has been like a real focus for this model.
It's been pretty great.
It's still cooking right now, so it looks
so
like
while this is
the Max
fixing, the other
cooks a
thing that
long
we
time.
did during testing, which was really surprising, was we were sort of pressed for time. And we had it refactor one of our test harnesses to run parallel on Docker and set it off, came back like 45 minutes later. It's just like it just finished.
2 words,
and
1
we tested
entry.
it
Okay.
out, and it ran
Fair
the
enough.
first time. It was pretty surprising.
That's incredible.
That is magical.
I think it
Okay, so
releases
it made
today on,
edits. It
on
looks
SPO.
like, yeah, it found the right problem. And right now it's actually, okay, it's running lints, but these lints are actually not related to this bug, so it's going to ignore them. And then it's going to run a build. It'll run tests if there are any. It's going to make sure that this code is shippable before it's done.
It's actually really smart that it finds lints and realizes that these aren't relevant to the specific bug we're fixing. It's not making unnecessary
Problem
edits.
solving.
Totally.
Agent's pretty good
So
with that in my
This is just
testing.
one example, but it really shows the power of the autonomy and the collaborative communication and how it stays reliable on difficult coding tasks without getting stuck on death loops.
It's slow in this use case because they
best
have it
part,
on Max and they're asking
GPT-5
for code.
is totally tunable. You can steer it with system prompts or cursor rules. You can change its verbosity levels or reasoning levels to match your tasks. And if you get stuck, ask it. GPT-5 is actually really good at modifying its own prompts by meta-prompting.
Yeah, AI has
So
always
after
been
using
good
this
at
for the
that in a
past few
creepy
weeks,
way.
It really feels like we've achieved state-of-the-art, zero-shot performance and reliability across the most complex coding tasks. For me, it's the first time I trust a model to do my most important work. This is beyond vibe coding. It's an incredibly powerful tool, and I'm really excited for people to try it.
No update to image gen. Yeah, I was hoping for something along those
Thanks, Brian.
lines.
It's super exciting to see how far GPT-5 has come when it comes to coding personality and steerability. I'm really excited to show how great GPT-5 is at front-end coding, where design and aesthetics really matter. So I've got 2 demos for you today. One for
Claude is
work
good at this,
and
by
one
the
for
way.
fun. Let's start with the work example. So imagine you're the CFO of a startup. I have some data that I'd like to visualize
Bring
about
back
the company.
Sammy Whammy.
And I'm going to ask the model to make me a dashboard. So you'll see here that I'm being specific about the audience. So the target audience is the CFO. I've said, create a finance dashboard for my startup. And I've asked it to be beautiful, tastefully designed with some interactivity, and to have a clear hierarchy for easy focus on what matters. I've also specified what frameworks it should use. And you can see that it's actually started. It's following my instructions and using create next app to make a Next.js project.
So totally from scratch.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, how long do you think this kind of task would take you to take?
Yeah, easily at least a couple of days. I'm not a front-end expert. Just to understand the latest frameworks and piece everything together would, easily take me a few days.
We'll see how long it takes with the model.
Yeah.
Am I still excited? I am.
And
I'm
it's
a
really
little
cool
bit
to
more
see that
concerned, but
the model is thought
I
for a bit,
was
and it's
because it does
explaining how it's going to
look like an
structure the
update
project.
to 03.
So it's talking about
or
how
an
it's going to
upgrade of
scaffold a new
03.
Next.js app. It's going to use Tailwind
we have to
and
test it.
CSS.
Got to get my
It's
hands on it
running,
now. I'm curious.
A couple of commands to install dependencies, which is cool. And now it's proceeding to implement the rest of the project. So while this runs, I'm going to talk a little bit about how we trained GPT-5 to be a great front-end coding model.
Gemini 3.
We tried to follow the principle of giving it good aesthetics by default, but also making it steerable. So if I give the model a concise prompt, it should be able to infer my intent and make something that looks great by default. On the other hand, if I'm specific about a layout or frameworks that I want the model to use, it should follow my instructions precisely. And this makes it the best of both worlds for developers. We also trained GPT-5 to be much more agentic than previous models.
I mean, like I
So
said,
if you
maybe
give
the
it a
vibe
task
test
like
will come
this,
back insane.
It will run long
the
chains
community.
of reasoning and tool calls and just go to work to build code that is both ambitious and coherent.
I like how you said ambitious because it means it goes above and beyond without going off track or off what you specified.
Yeah, exactly. So what we want is the model should adhere to my prompt, but also like be ambitious and go above and beyond when it thinks it
slobs
can.
like me. No, you just got to fine tune it to be
And so checking in
geared
here,
towards your slobby self.
looks like the
That's what
model
I did.
is making progress. It's creating a README file. Yeah, and I think it's thinking about how to make the code modular. So it's created like a bar chart component. Looks like it's continuing here.
I love that it doesn't just write the code. It also really thinks about proper abstractions and documentation and really the whole life cycle of what it is to write software.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just writing the code like in Cbench,
You just release it and let us test it. Oh yeah, that's how it always goes, techno. The community always shows off what's really
while this runs,
genuinely capable.
GPT-5 understands details much better than previous models. So when we trained the model, we taught it to understand details like typography, color, and spacing in a way that just eclipses any previous model we've shipped. Like, I remember with old models, you would have to like write really specific prompts to get it to do what you want. But GPT-5 just gives you great results by default.
During testing, we were looking at the A's and B's for different versions of the model to see if it was doing better at UI. And at some point, we stopped being able to tell and actually had to pull in designers to teach us what was better.
Yeah, it was really fascinating to see the model's aesthetic preferences evolve during training.
Meaningful example.
And like,
I know, you gotta wait
it was just making
for the
these
people,
great
the
UIs.
community.
How do
they got your back there.
Preferences compared to your own?
Yeah, I think in general, I feel like the model has better aesthetics than me. Like, usually I defer to its judgment. And I find that like really helpful when I'm trying to make an app. Like, I'm not exactly sure how I want it to look, but the model's defaults are just great. Yeah, and checking in here,
it's going to be cooking on this for a long time.
The model has actually structured the code into these different components. So it's made a sample data TypeScript file, KPI card, component, revenue chart. And like I said, it's super modular. And it's thinking about how to not just write code, but write high quality code that can actually be merged.
Man, it's cooking. I have a feeling we're going to be sitting here for a while, guys.
I think it's pretty close.
It seems fast when you need it to be, which is good, but
cool.
it still
So this
cooks
is
for a
awesome.
long
So
time.
You can see here that it's actually
obviously,
building
for
the
a
project and streaming
task.
errors back to itself. And this is, for me, this was just a profound moment to see that the model could write code, but also run builds, stream the errors back, and iterate on the code. So it's able to improve its own code in this sort of self-improvement loop, which is fascinating.
And it's definitely a good taste of what the future holds as well, right?
Yeah.
When you really think about where these models can go and how much they can accelerate developers and kind of all aspects of what we all collectively do.
I want to see new developers being able to do things without having to go through the traditional
It actually
processes.
just fixed a bug that it found in that previous build. Okay,
That's
cool.
Nice.
You know, we want to break down the barriers.
Let's check it out. So I'm gonna follow the instructions that I don't really know front end. So let me see how I should run it. So it's saying cd to the directory and then run npm run dev. So let me do that.
See,
and it looks like it's being served on
was very
port
easy to run my
3001, so let me
first
just
coding
open that port.
thing that I tested with it.
Wow,
Okay.
it's alive.
Nice. Yeah, so you can see here, let's check it out. So the model has made me a dashboard. It's telling me like my ARR, cash. Looks like this company is doing pretty well. You can see that revenue is growing. And the model's added like some interactivity here. So if I hover over a graph, it actually tells me the exact value for a particular day.
It would take me like
I mean,
5
I
hours to
like
do
this
that in
website
D3.
design.
Yeah,
It's pretty
imagine,
cool.
like, manually
It
doing
does
this in
look
D3,
clean.
it's just like,
Now, just because it's so easy to take this for granted, could you remind the audience what the actual prompt was? Like how much creativity and sort of understanding your intent was required to accomplish this?
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
crazy
full
that
prompt.
this,
So
this
it's good
prompt
with
is so
lazy
concise,
prompting, so
and
to
it's
speak.
able to just give me something that looks beautiful in just 5 minutes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's also implemented another graph here showing our customers. It's also
They definitely
implemented
trained
a
it to
date
do
picker,
UI.
so I can
I mean, that
sort of
looks better
filter
than
by
Claude
different
in my
dates
first
and visualize
glance,
data
but-
accordingly. Yeah, it's even sort of segmented it by
Frere, I would check out the
customer
ideogram
segment, which is
character,
cool.
consistent
So
characters.
this is just one example that highlights the power of GPT-5.
There will no longer be excuse for ugly internal applications.
Exactly.
Ugly internal applications.
Let's
yeah,
go to the
that's
fun
fair.
demo.
Yeah.
So
I mean, this was pretty fun, but even more.
Even more, yeah. So I have a younger cousin, and I want to make a game for her. So I want to make a 3D game that incorporates a castle. So you can see my prompt. I'll just kick this off. Sorry.
It's always the non-AI part.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay. So you can see my prompt. create a beautiful castle. I've included some details like we want people patrolling the walls.
This
some
is probably the
movement,
best.
Horses.
This is going to be the best demo.
And I want a
think
mini
we'll
game
see today.
where I can pop balloons by clicking on them, and this should make a sound effect. So let me run this in cursor.
Sam Alt plus tab.
And I'm going to show an example that I've already generated just to save some time. So here is the beautiful castle that the model made. So
Okay,
it's just
that's
wild
not bad.
how, you know, from a concise
That's not
prompt,
bad.
The model has this great sense of
It coded
aesthetics
that.
where it's made this like floating rock, made a 3D castle, and if you zoom in, you can see like tons of detail. Like these guards that are walking
firing.
around, cannons firing.
Not
You wanna
bad.
fire the cannons if you click this
yes,
button.
Of course.
Who wouldn't want
Definitely
to?
gonna have to try
Yeah,
stuff
there we
like
go.
this out
So, you can fire the
myself and see if I
cannons.
could push it even
You
farther.
can even chat with the characters. So we'll say hi to Captain Rowan.
They have names.
They have names. Say hello to the merchant. Merchant's selling some stuff. What's your favorite song? A Ballad of Banners and Dawns. Nice. Give me some wisdom.
Where's this chat
Curiosity is
coming from?
volatile. Yeah, that makes sense.
I just realized my face was blocking it.
Minigame.
Yeah. Do you guys want to try the minigame?
Absolutely.
Let's play the minigame.
So if you hit this button, you want to try, Greg?
All right.
So
It's the
you
Elder
can
Scrolls 6.
Fire at these balloons.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm not good at it. Hold on. Maybe I can ask GPT-5 for some help with it.
They have a little
Oh, you hit one.
Yeah.
Nice.
I got one. Oh, there we go. We got a sound
There's a
effect.
sound effect. These are historically accurate balloons.
Yes. Did I get a second one yet? Man, this game is
Dang,
harder
that
than
guy
I
is
thought.
terrible at that game.
Hold on, we got a balloon coming.
Based on one shot
There we
prompt
go.
results. How
All
good is
right.
it over long
Nice.
I think I should put one on the
conversations? They claim that it's very good at holding coherency over
Cool.
over long context and thinking.
Working with GPT-5 has been really fun and profound for me because
trees
for
are
me,
floating.
this is the first model I've worked with that actually has a sense of creativity. And we're really excited to see how GPT-5 unlocks your creativity.
We'll see. Well, we'll see
All
what
right,
I don't
thank
know
you
what he
both.
means by that
This is
exactly
absolutely
because
amazing.
I feel like even GPT-3 had signs of creativity.
Now, we believe that GPT-5 is the best coding model in the world. But don't just hear it from us. To talk more about this model and how to make it really useful for developers, I'd like to welcome Michael Truell, who is the co-founder and CEO of Cursor.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Wow.
Great
They
to
got
have you.
the the cursor bro out.
So, what was your very first experience with GPT-5?
So when we got access to GPT-5, we just set about using it on our actual work. And so to start with,
That's what
as
I
a
would do.
test, we asked it to tell us something non-obvious about our code base. And within a couple of minutes, it buried into the code base. It identified a particular system that we use for remote code execution. And it identified a non-obvious architecture decision we had made. And then it also understood why we made that architecture decision. And it was to harden our security. And those were architecture decisions and trade-offs that took humans weeks to think through. So it was kind of amazing to see its code-based understanding abilities from the get-go.
That's really great. Not just the code writing, but actually the code reading and understanding.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, turns out there's so much more to software than just
Anime
the
hair.
emitting of the code.
Yes, yes. No, the understanding is an
My
important
God,
prerequisite.
Ed Sheeran is
And what
the
has most stood
CEO
out
of
to you
Cursor.
about GPT-5?
It's incredibly smart. It's a very smart model.
It's all so cool.
And even though it is smart, it does not compromise on its ease of use for real pair programming. That means it's incredibly fast. That also means that it's quite interactive. And so it's good about talking about what it's about to do, breaking problems down into sub-problems that a human can then see, and leaving a reasoning trace that you can then intervene on and react to. It's also great not just that you give it one initial query and then it goes and does that, but
They should have
working
had
with
this
you
guy
over a long
present the
session,
model.
where you're asking it to backtrack on something that it's gone down, or asking it to make additional changes to the code base.
Should we show it in action?
Let's do it. Yes. So I think we are going to go and we're going to try and solve a bug. And so this is the OpenAI Python SDK. There are a bunch of issues in the OpenAI Python SDK. There are also a lot of closed issues.
Okay, good.
And it seems like there's a problem with uploading PDFs through the SDK.
This has been open for 3 weeks, so
Open
it's
for 3
not
weeks.
a trivial problem.
Yeah. And so let's see if we can go tackle this issue. So we're going to take
Just fix
the
a
issue.
GitHub
We're gonna
bug.
paste it into the editor, paste it into cursor, and GPT-5 is going to set off and try and solve the problem.
They're going to
And
absorb
this is
cursor?
actually
I
an
don't
example
think so.
of the
I thought they
robustness
bought like
model,
Windsurf or
in the
something,
API,
right? Or am I crazy?
where to solve this problem in cursor, it's working with a set of custom models that it hasn't seen before, a set of custom tools that it hasn't seen before, to do things like pull down text from the web, to search throughout the code base, and it's
They were
incredibly
told to
robust.
leave it
They
there for
adapt it using
3
those
weeks.
tools, and they boost eval results.
Yeah, I love seeing just the
They backed
full
out of that?
explanation of all the things that it's running and doing. And I guess, yeah, how does this seem to compare to how you would solve this problem?
Well, it's very fast. You can see it's made a high-level plan, searched throughout the code base, it started to read some files, and continued searching, and now it's kind of thinking through what it'd like to do next. And now it's started to actually solve the issue, and started to think through some code changes.
Now, any advice for people on how to get the most out of GPT-5 in cursor?
I would suggest using it for your real work. GPT-5 is a step forward towards a real pair programmer. And so I would start using it as a helper on, as a daily driver model for you. And so if you haven't used AI to code much before, I would take some of your more scoped down problems and try handing them off to the bot and working with it synchronously.
Yeah, I think the fact that GPT-5 is so great
Where's
for the
Salmon?
real world, like big code bases, like doing your daily
He's
driver, not
offering
just
his
this like demo of a cool
soul to
one-off
the AI
application. As
gods
cool as
right
that
now
is,
for
right, the real
GPT-5
value
success.
comes from really operating in a larger code base and sort of these long-lived applications.
Definitely. And its code-based understanding is very impressive. Also, its ability to be steered is impressive. And so, yeah, if you specify a long, complicated task with lots of subtleties in the initial
A
instructions,
step forward
very
says
good
a
at picking
lot
up on
that
those
he
subtleties.
didn't say, yeah.
It's also very
Not
good
making the
at
promises that
if it's gone down
OpenAI
a
is
wrong
making
path
that
and actually goes and
necessarily.
executes the code or hears back from you that it was incorrect, it's very good at backtracking too.
Now, what can't GPT-5 do?
Copied Sam's vocal
Well, we're really
fry.
excited about computer using capabilities, about those getting better. It would be great if, for instance, the dashboard Adi just showed, if it could run the code, see the output, actually, kind of QA every little bit itself, and then react to it.
Yes. Hire him.
Yeah. So looking
I
forward to
want
computer using
agent, but
capabilities.
powered
What
by
would you- how would you like
GPT-5,
GPT-5 to
guys.
be better?
That's what I want.
I think that is a great one, right? It's just expanding the dimensions, right? I think it's in all directions, right? That there's so much of like doing DevOps and other work that is external to software code writing as we think of it today. But also you look at these demos, right? We run them for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a couple hours, but I think extending that life cycle.
I know, we
to
want
really be
SOAR
able to go for
updates and
days
image updates,
weeks
but
and
I
eventually
think we're
even
going to have
months.
to
I think
wait to
that
see
is- that
those.
is
I
ultimately
don't
where,
think that's
we
happening
expect
today.
things to go.
So we can see that it has buried into the code base and discovered that there's an issue with the MIME, or the MIME typing, being sent up for PDFs, and the plumbing through the SDK. It has identified that, and it started making some code changes. And this, it's created some new methods. It's gone and edited some existing code, and this looks roughly correct.
Looks pretty good.
And would love to merge the PR too.
I would love to do that as well.
Yeah.
Let's do that after the show.
Yes, that sounds great.
All right, cool. Well, thank you so much. We're so excited to have GPT-5 in cursor.
Native audio outputs
and,
too. We need the
starting
native
today,
video intake.
excited
I
to
was
partner with you
hoping
guys.
for
And
that.
so yeah, starting today,
I'm not-
GPT-5
I don't-
is
I think they
default
would have
for new
spoken
users in
about it.
Cursor, and we're releasing it to all Cursor users, free
Did
to try for the
Marina
next few
take
days,
down
so people get a sense of
GPT-5?
the
Someone
model.
said they were using it earlier.
And it is the smartest coding model we've ever tried.
Awesome.
Smartest coding model from the Cursor CEO. I mean, and he's tried Claude 4 and Gemini 2.5.
Coding, but it's great for the enterprise. We think of it like it's great for the enterprise. We think of it like a subject matter expert that is in your pocket, that is an expert across every domain, legal, finance, whatever application you have in mind. To talk about how GPT-5 can be applied to the enterprise, I'd like to welcome Olivier to the stage.
Oh my God, we got another person coming up.
Thank you, Greg.
This is enterprise.
Hi, everyone. I'm Olivier. I lead the platform at OpenAI. At this point,
I don't know if I want to
we care
watch
a
this
ton
part
about developers
too
and
much.
coding. But
Enterprise.
that's not all. Enabling businesses and governments is critical to OpenAI mission. Put shortly,
Businesses
we want
and
to enable
governments, huh?
the key industries.
I'm checking to see if we got
transform themselves,
access.
such as healthcare,
Excuse me.
education, energy, or finance. Since we launched ChatGPT and the API, 5 million businesses have been
see it
using
yet.
our
They're
technology.
waiting to
I'm still mind-blown.
push
5
the button. I don't know if
million
are they
businesses.
doing it today?
And those businesses are not just playing. They're not just experimenting. they are pushing in
I want to see
production
if I can
new
find any
products
good
in the
tweets
real world.
for you guys.
And I believe GPT-5 is going to be a step function with that regard. As Sam mentioned earlier, the possibility to have a subject matter expert in your pocket is going to enable every employee to do more. But
It's
let me
already
give you a
on
few
LM
examples.
Arena.
First, I want to talk about life sciences. Amgen is a company in the US that designs new drugs, new medicines to fight some of the toughest human diseases.
What in the
Amgen
chart
was one
crime?
of the first testers of GPT-5, and they used it in the context of drug design.
Hang on.
And what Amgen scientists found is that GPT-5
Yeah,
is particularly
agreed,
good at deep
bro.
reasoning with complex data. Think analyzing scientific literature or clinical data. Next,
Yeah,
I want
this
to talk
doesn't
about
even make
finance.
sense.
BBVA is a multinational bank which is headquartered in Madrid, in Spain. BBVA has been using GPT-5 for financial analysis. And the takeaway was pretty clear. GPT-5 beats every single other model out there in terms of accuracy and speed. What used to take 3 weeks for a
It's good for
financial analyst
banking,
to do,
guys. If you own a
GPT-5
banking
can do it
company.
in a couple of hours. Next, I want to talk about healthcare. Oscar is an insurance company based in New York. And they've been using GPT-5, and what they found is that GPT-5 is the single best model for clinical reasoning.
Okay,
Think
Sam apparently has
mapping
been live
complex medical
tweeting.
policy to patient conditions.
All right, let's pull this
It's not
up,
all about
guys.
businesses. It's also about
Windows,
government.
you're terrible.
We are
Just
super
put it
excited
in.
by the announcement that we made yesterday that the 2 million US federal employees will be able to use GPT-5 in ChatGPT.
Useful we
And
think
I
the
cannot
model
wait
will
to see
be.
how that enables to deliver better, faster services to the American people.
Okay, free
And
plus pro
frankly,
team
that's all
users.
very
Again,
cool,
that's
but
so
I think
hype.
that's the tip of the iceberg. If history is a teacher, and we've seen it with GPT-4,
PhD
we
level
are going
intelligence
to
for
see
everyone.
many use
It's
cases
a big deal to you
emerge
guys,
over
but
the coming weeks and months that all of us could not
some
even
of your
imagine.
top models have
And so
always
I
come
cannot
out.
wait for us to invent that future together.
That's not true anymore, but back in
Let's
the
talk
beginning, it
quickly
used to
about
be
pricing
like, oh,
and
we
availability.
got this brand new tech,
GPT-5
everyone
is
gets
going to be
access.
available in the API starting today. 3 models, GPT-5, GPT-5 Mini.
Okay, here we go, here we
GPT-5
go.
Nano.
Sorry.
GPT-5 is going to be priced at $1.25 and $10 per million input token and output token.
Okay.
Mini and Nano are even faster and more affordable.
Yeah,
Nano,
I mean, 5
once
is
click on it, 25
not the
times
cheapest thing
more
in the
affordable
world,
than
but
GPT-5.
it's
pretty
it's
cool.
not terrible.
I cannot wait to see what you'll build. And next, our chief scientist, Jakub, is going to close us out.
This has been released yet. I don't have access. Yeah, the prices are pretty decent.
Thanks, Felipe. At OpenAI, at the core, we are about understanding this miraculous technology called deep learning.
Dude, this poor guy's nervous.
And what its consequences are. Our research aims to understand what deep learning is capable of and how to steer it.
Price has been
to
on
make
this
it
on the
safe
website.
and useful for all of us. This is a work of passion. And it's a mission. And I want to recognize and just deeply thank the team at OpenAI.
Honestly, he's
It is
better
a
at
great
orating than Sam. Oh, come on. Don't say he looks creepy. Poor
It is a
guy's
great
just
privilege
nervous.
for me to work alongside this incredible group of brilliant people driven by this shared goal. What adds up to a model like GPT-5 are years of investigations aimed
Much
not
more
only at
natural and
producing a
smarter
great release,
voice mode.
but at building understanding of this underlying technology itself. And so a lot of what you'll see in this model are really just early glimpses of new ideas that we believe will go much further.
This guy's crazy.
There is a lot we still have to understand. And we look towards a future where AI can uncover new knowledge about the world and meaningfully transform our lives for the better. We hope you'll enjoy what we've built. And we'll get back to sailing. Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys. Elon from Team Who. Damn, some of you guys are mean. Stop changing the screen. You could look at the tweets after. I don't know. I was trying to keep it interesting for you guys. Yeah, that's it. All right. So, I mean, thoughts on this announcement? I'm sure you guys have had lots of thoughts so far. I'm going to go ahead, actually, pull up my face cam. For you guys, I'm going to change a couple of things around. I want to kind of look and see what the blog post looks like for GPT-5. I want to see a couple more benchmarks and get some thoughts on it. Obviously, we need to test this thing out, guys. I really think that no matter what the demo says, no matter what the benchmarks say, it's all about the hands-on experience from us. Don't take it from OpenAI. Don't take it from the CEO of Cursor. Take it from people in the community. Take it from yourself actually using the model, since this will be on the free tier apparently. Don't write it off just yet, but I don't know. I'm a little disappointed that they didn't say like, hey, this is going to be available in Agent, for example. Like I think that this, while it does look powerful, it looks like a nice powerful upgrade over O3. Agent still has that direct computer access, which really does, I think, make a difference in my testing. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. Like when I program or vibe code, whatever, with the agent mode in ChatGPT, it can make me a zip that I just plop somewhere and then I open it in one app and then I click like run, it works. This, it's like, is it just going to still be giving me the separate PY files and I have to organize it all myself, or is it going to give me the whole project all at once? There's a lot of questions. Do I have access? I checked. Matt's eyes look powerful. I don't want to scare you guys. GPT 4.2 at the most. I don't know. Like I said, guys, give it a freaking chance for sure. The UI generation was in the game that it built were probably the most impressive things. The 3D castle. Yeah, it did feel like they spent an hour saying, it's really good, just trust us. They used a lot of, like, vague language. They didn't really hit on specific areas or talk much about architecture under the hood or how they accomplished things, which I would have appreciated for sure. But, like, honestly, they've kind of strayed away from that for a while now in a lot of releases, and they usually would show you something new, but in this situation, it wasn't really, they didn't really show us too much brand new. But yeah, I don't have access to GPT-5 yet in ChatGPT. I'm looking right now, and I want to go on the blog post, like I said. I mean, yeah, so far it does kind of feel a little bit like the hype was insane, and what we got was more of like an O3 upgrade, or it appears to be from their demonstration and all that, but I'm really interested in, you see, it's try it on ChatGPT. It's not here yet, guys. I'm deflated. Is it for free users? It is. That's probably the best part about all this, is that free users will get access to this new model. Yeah, it was like GTA 6 hype. Actually, probably not that crazy, but the hype was insane, and now it's like, do we have, like, is this a new Frontier model? For real? I don't know. The demos didn't really convince me of that. Try it on Ella Marina, someone said again. Ella Marina. Yeah, but that's like, you know, you can only go so far with Ella Marina. You get like a basic taste. Horrible demos. I could have come up with some more intriguing demos, personally. They should hire me. Okay, they got research too? Okay, this is the live stream we just watched. Expert intelligence for everyone! Flagship model. Great at coding. Okay, they do have some little videos here. Creative writing, medical research. These might, you know, these are obviously pre-made, pre-recorded, so these might be a little cooler than what we saw live today. But I really don't even care. Like, after that demo, honestly, I'm like, just let me try it. Just to see what you guys are really all about. Make it your own. Personality and choose a color. Okay. Voice improvements, basic. Study mode, already had that. Now it works with a new one. And then we got connectors to Gmail and Google Calendar. Agent has that. Months of progress hitting self-improvement. I mean, they need to work on their presentation skills. I agree. Y'all are wild. These updates were big time impressive. I'm not saying that they're not impressive. I'm just saying that I think the demos that they showed off could have been done with tools we already have access to in a lot of use cases, or in some circumstances. And I think that I was excited to see something a little bit more new. You know what I mean? A little bit more impressive. But we're off of OpenAI's demonstration and their announcement. We're on to the community reaction, and that matters so much more. And like there are certain things, you know, where we think about Google Gemini 2.5 Pro, for example. That's like a really great model, and that model has a 1 million token context window. It can intake video natively. I was really hoping for native video input at the very least with this model, to be able to upload like a 20-second clip that you recorded on your phone of a problem you're having with your car or something around the house. Like, that's huge. And we don't have that yet. I still have to send photos. And I'm hoping that the image recognition is better. I want to test it on like the wine glass, or my glass test. I don't know if you guys watched my Agent video, but Agent really impressed me. Like, it genuinely did stuff that I had never seen another AI product do before. And it's really reliable. And this just seems like, okay, but it's lacking in some areas compared to Agent, which just got released on like the softer launch. And this is like an upgraded 03. Like, I don't know. I'm having trouble like totally finalizing my thoughts. 128,000 max output tokens is pretty reasonable. But yeah, 400k context length, and I believe that's API. So I don't know what it's going to be. Is it 256 for like pro users or something in ChatGPT? That probably sounds about accurate. Google has smoked them at that. Yeah, I know. OpenAI is becoming more and more like Apple. I think they've always kind of wanted to be the next Apple in some way. Sorry, I'm getting like a bunch of phone calls, but we're streaming. Being the first to do something really impressive and then being later than everyone else, but just doing it really well. I don't know if I would fully agree with that. I still think we're still too early. I love how people are saying like AI is going to go down. I mean, did you guys see Genie? Like, you act like OpenAI is the only company out here, man. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the AI space. Yeah. Health thing. Yeah, the health is a big deal, but it's like you're getting like improvements in like more complicated tasks, such as things in the healthcare space. Assumedly, I don't know. Like I said, we really got to test it for ourselves. Don't take their word for it. First look at GPT-5. I don't know. I might watch these later. We don't have to watch them now. I only got a little bit of time left. I got a meeting to jump to pretty soon. Need to see what Genie is. Yeah, you guys want to see Genie? Okay, so let's see. Let's do a quick refresh. No GPT-5 access. Here, let's pull up some. I got some good Genie tweets. Yeah, sure. Do you have access to Genie? I wish. Let's see. Genie is freaking mind-blowing. So this is Genie. To me, this is even a little bit more mind-blowing than what we saw today, right? This is a whole new thing. Not like you can directly compare this to GPT-5 or anything, but this is what Google's been up to lately, and they just dropped this on like a Tuesday. Genie 3, apparently environmental consistency was an emergent capability, and this is basically like a playable live video stream. It's insane. It's like I described it actually in a tweet here. Let's pull up my tweet from yesterday. They basically built a generalized reality hallucinator, chose a POV style and movement, basically like WASD movement as the first interface to interact with this general reality hallucinator. And the training data from YouTube and Google and all this stuff is like the catalyst to teach the model. It's pretty crazy. Like, even like looking down with the footprints, and it's consistent. It will remember environments up to like a minute. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, video games are going to be crazy in the future. So like stuff like this is where it's like there's still a lot happening in the AI space. So even if you think that GPT-5 isn't a big deal to you personally, you saw it as more of a flop, there's plenty of other stuff going on in this space, for sure. We don't want to leave it to just OpenAI. Ella Marina. Okay, let's try it on Ella Marina since that's what everyone wants to see. We'll pull it up here separately. Marina. We got to verify that I'm not a rowboat. Utilize every resource we have. Exactly. Can it run Doom? I'm sure if you put a Doom image into Google Genie, it would start playing like Doom. Might be a little bit different because of the fine-tuning, but... Yeah, Genie with Street View to tour around real-life places. Hey, Superman, that is a fantastic idea, and you should send that to someone at Google. Seriously. Okay, how do I get to... I don't know. I don't use Ella Marina a lot. Let's actually see if... Is it ranked yet? Okay, it is ranked. It is ranked with the highest score, just a tad above Gemini 2.5 Pro, but just came out. Just came out. Oops, okay, this is the link to GPT-5. That's also the same link. Got it. GPT-5 also scoring the highest on Vision right now, but that's all tied with 2.5 Pro. And 4.0 latest seems to be up there as well, along with 0.3, 4.5 preview, and text to image. See, this is technically like it's 4.0 when you generate in ChatGPT, but it is its own thing. GPT image is regressive. Oh, not regressive. But my mind is so scattered from this presentation, to be completely honest with you guys. Let's go to text. Or is it in web dev? Autoregressive. Yeah, geez, I don't know what's wrong with me. My brain is scrambled. I am feeling a little disappointed about the GPT-4 launch, to be honest. I really wanted them to build something completely new. This is probably the best coding model. Someone says that they one-shotted a crazy fighting game. Left corner for chat, Matt. What, the left-hand? New chat, yeah, well, if I click this, I don't know if I'm getting GPT-5, right? I honestly don't use Ella Marina. Oh, this is battle. Okay, we want direct chat. There we go. I promise I'm not regurgitated, guys. Is GPT-5 in here? Yep, okay. All right, GPT-5. We got it. What do we ask? We can upload an image if we want to. Here, let's give it... Let's pull a chat. I'm going to pull a chat from some of my previous testing, because I got a lot of really great stuff. I use ChatGPT a lot. It's a daily for me. AI progress is flattening. I disagree with that. Disagree. Let's grab... You know what? Let's do the martini glass prompt. This one again, I've only seen one AI ever pass this test, and it was ChatGPT agent. And then we'll grab the same exact image, plop that in. So this is the martini glass test. It's got to find this exact one, and we'll see if it can do it. It's possible. Like I said, it is absolutely possible because I've seen one AI pass it. And I guess we need to enable web searching, right? Oh no, we can't have images at the same time as web searching. This is why I would like to try it in ChatGPT. I don't know. Yeah, that's just stupid. Okay, I guess we'll do a different prompt. Which AI passed it? It was the agent. ChatGPT agent passed it. It was like this week. The arena isn't real, people are saying here. Oh, why are we on 4.1? Who made you? Real GPT-5? Or fake GPT-5? Something went wrong. There you go. That makes me think it is real. Have you guys ever used the OpenAI websites? and models before. It's created by OpenAI. That's a very short response. When is your knowledge cut off? Ask it what model it is. That's a good question. Sometimes they hallucinate, or they used to. October 2024. That's not... is that even good now? I don't know what the knowledge cutoff even is for the other models, but like some people are saying this isn't the real GPT-5, and that like we're going crazy over here. You should try it on ChatGPT. It's supposed to... This is definitely fake. Asked it for a system prompt. It's fine. What AI model are you specifically, and what is your system prompt? And like I said, guys, I am going to have to cut off soon because I do have a call coming up. And I don't see GPT-5 access directly in my ChatGPT yet, but I will be doing a full video on it, of course. And I'm going to do some testing. I'm going to take my time with this one for sure, because I really want to know if, you know, how the demo stacks up, how it genuinely stacks up to things like Claude 4 and coding, because they are saying it's really great with code. Bye, Frere Dom. Thanks for joining in. Jan 2025 for Gemini's cutoff date. Okay. Ooh, look at this. Looky. This, supposedly GPT-5 in Ella Marina is saying that it's GPT-4 class language model. But it says it can't share its verbatim prompt. I don't know. I really don't want to go off of this because I got people saying that this is not the right model. Even though it's in the arena, though, and it is being listed here with votes and a score. Vision. I'm super interested in Vision, too, and how it's going to compare multimodally. Hopefully it can digest images fast, because... you know, we don't have that video access. Again, that's like, oh man, that was like my biggest thing I was hoping for. Like, would they at least give it video access? Like, we gotta stay up to date here. Gemini 2.5 has video input, even though you can't directly input it in their chat bots. You can on the API. Arena is compromised. I don't think so, though, right? That's Jet GPT-5, someone's saying. It's an... Well, Marina gives no system prompt. It's using the API. Yeah, I'd prefer to use it in ChatGPT, to be honest, where we have all the tool use. Give it one more shot. Come on, GPT-5. No, nothing. Should we try logging in and out? Just tell them to give it to us already. I'm going to try logging in and out. Yeah, I prefer to use ChatGPT directly because it, you know, it's how the product is supposed to be used according to OpenAI. 4.5 is gone now? Is it out of ChatGPT? Oh my god, it is. Okay, so they are making changes. They just took a model away from us. They didn't actually give us GPT-5. I'm going to log out and relog, though. That worked for Agent for me, by the way. I didn't have Agent access, and I'm like, this came out like days ago. And then I had to relog. And ignoring cursor comments? I don't have cursor, guys. I don't pay for cursor. Here, I got a code to log in. I don't know where it's... Oh, it's going in... Okay. I'm getting a code, guys, but it's not where I thought it was. Be honest, are we cooked? No, we're not cooked. Don't worry. GPT-5, I mean, like I said, we got to do the vibe testing. The tests that they did in the demo were kind of like, okay, I have seen AIs do things like this before, so they weren't, like, astonishing me. I gotta wait. I want to see what the community does. They're so much better than OpenAI at testing the stuff out. It's free on Cursor? It's free? Is that real? The community is... I was impressed. I mean, that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with having your own opinion and being impressed with this release. It's not like it's not like they didn't show us genuine improvement. You know, especially compared to their own stuff. It's how it fits into the world at large today that I'm really concerned with. Free on Cursor for the next few days. Everyone's just mocking that graph crime on Twitter right now. That's all I'm seeing. We've got Quen. Okay, I'm going to go to Cursor. Yeah, it's not available. I just checked, by the way. I relogged. I don't have access. Felt like a 4.6 update than a GPT-5. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking though with the, like they knew that expectations were so high. I'm not saying that it was a bad presentation. I'm just saying that I'm surprised that they didn't put more out there. That's all. Oh yeah, GPT-5 is free in Cursor right now. That is legit. Cursor coming GPT-5 access through Cursor. This is so silly. Okay, what do we've got a little bit of time. I got like 10 minutes, guys. Let's try something. Let's build me a basic but in-depth physics, water physics demo. Let's ask for a water physics demo with ducks. I don't mind my typing. And my I key is stuck, by the way. It's been driving me insane. Connect GitHub. All right. Let me connect my GitHub. Like I said, I don't actually use Cursor. I'm not like a dev type. All repositories, let's just say you can have access to all repos. There we go. Bugbot. Oh. Alright, looks like we're gonna have to resubmit that prompt. Build me a basic physics demo. It should be a fluid simulation with ducks. Bathtub style. I don't know. Be creative. They said that this was a creative model. Please select a repo. Yes. How could I forget? Honestly, you could just do this in Agents game because that's a clear repository that has nothing in it. Yeah, C# or Unity, or for Unity. Agentic features and computer use agents. Yeah, Spacey NYC, like, again, we're going to see how it behaves compared to O3 and Agent in the ChatGPT app. But the fact that they just released Agent, and now we're seeing GPT-5, and from the demonstrations, it seems like it's kind of more O3 than Agent, It might actually be less agentic in ChatGPT. Maybe GPT-5 hooked up to some sort of better, some sort of agentic interface on a third-party app would be better than ChatGPT agent. Who knows? But oh, click on the left to see what it's doing. I'm so sorry, guys. Yes. Okay, it's right now it has already written some code. Style index.html. And right now it's planning its next moves. It's thinking. Big brain, big brain. A hard Sudoku puzzle as an image. Yeah, the image tests are going to go crazy. Oh, let's see. What else did it... It seems to be just kind of like putting things. Main.js, this wrote... Whoa, 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 whoa. It's updating fast. Wow. Okay, it's writing a lot of code here for this. 400 lines for the main.js. All right. The thought for 21 seconds. Build a basic physics demo with simulation with ducks in a bathtub style, likely as a web app. JavaScript and WebGL. So it's still planning though. It's still working even though it has thought and then this thought has concluded. Did another 21-second thought. Does this mean that they're limiting it to a specific number for how long it's thinking? Now it's reading its own thing here. Server's running, open local 800 to play with. Does that work though? I mean, is that its own? It's done. If I'm not going to test it here, but this is definitely GPT-5. They just had the CEO of Cursor on stage, so open the website. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to work though, or if it's running it like on a virtual machine. Because this would infer that I'm running it on my machine. So if I open my own local host, yeah, nothing happens. So I have to download and run this myself. Open in Cursor. Not local. You have to download the repo and then... That's what I said, Skull Trick. I don't know if I have time for that, unfortunately. For like really running the wire thin. Run it in a compiler. Yeah, you just need the files. Okay, I'm going to open it up in VS Code then. I know Cursor's a program you download. I don't have it downloaded yet, or right now. I move apps on and off my computer quite frequently. Did it push this automatically, by the way? All right. Well, thank you, Brexit Greens. Yeah, I have a meeting very soon, so. Okay, it automatically did put it in here. Review changes, will approve. Y'all saying I'm balding over here? Yeah, maybe a little. Transcribe and separate audio, but that's a different model generated gibberish. Can't ask GPT-5 to cancel. I'm not canceling a meeting. This is an important meeting. It really did put everything in there. Cursor's great, man. I honestly don't use like AI coding tools too often. It's not really my deal. One of the main things that I do often with AI, but the Cursor automatically put everything into this, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I will fix it. I ordered pizza using the agent. It was so good. Better Gemini 3 is going to be beat. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Gemini 3 could be insane. Like, that's so real. Ask GPT-5 to hack the OpenAI for us so we could upgrade it, become Yeah, it needs to build GPT-6 for us. Oh, my timer's going off. Okay, maybe we'll check this fluid bathroom or bathtub simulation out in the full video. My alarm's kicking in. Yeah, Google has been coming out with insane stuff. All right, thanks everyone for joining us today for this launch party for GPT-5. This was a fun time. You know, I liked having you guys right here with me and getting that instant feed. And yeah, I am going to be doing, obviously, a pretty deep dive video into GPT-5. I want to give it lots of good testing. I'll be posting updates on Twitter and Discord when I can. And probably early next week is when you're going to see a full GPT-5 video, especially when I actually get access. But I got to run onto a call here in a few minutes. So unfortunately, my time is pretty much up. And that code that we just made with Cursor and GPT-5, it looks good. I'm not going to lie. That was impressive. So we'll have to test that in our final video. Thanks, folks. Thank you so much. And let me know what you think about GPT-5, what your thoughts are, if you see any cool demos or trying it yourself. I'd love to see that. And also join the Discord server, too, to stay up. You know people are going to be doing some GPT-5 testing on the Discord server already. So I'm definitely going to pop in there and get some first impressions from us, the chat. Well, thank you, chat. You guys are all part of the community. And bye. WStream, thanks. Yeah, you guys were here with me all the way through. Thanks so much for watching and joining me. I will post my GPT-6 release soon. Do you think there's a wall? I don't know. I'm not seeing anything that's really damning to me right this moment, personally. I joined late. Yeah, you kind of missed this GPT-5 stream, but you'll be able to watch this through. All right, peace out, folks. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna get into my meeting, and you'll see a big AI news video from me tomorrow. Thanks, folks. Peace out. Let me pull up my thing. And let me know what kind of tests you guys might want to see as well. See ya.